Well, I'm producing one of my videos now. I'll take this time to make another video. But a couple people asked me what I use to make my videos that I post on YouTube. But use a variety of cameras. This here's one that we probably spent too much money on about 4 years ago. This is one of those digital video cameras that uses digital videotape. It's probably still way the best quality because it's above DVD quality, I think. Here's the camera I was just using. This is a Kodak. I pretty much prefer Kodaks. This one's nice because it has like 12 times zoom. It's got a 4 gig SDHC card in it. Pretty much my next best camera. I don't carry it around too much with me, but sometimes if I know we're going somewhere or we go to Disneyland or whatever, this is what we're usually taking because it's compact. This is a lithium ion, and now it's like it goes a long time on a charge. I'd like to get a second battery just to carry with me, but they're not too cheap. But I like that camera. I just don't use it very often. The majority of what you see my videos on my HVAC account are made by this. This is just actually, because I didn't want to ruin any of my good cameras, I looked on Craigslist and I bought this for $30 with a 1 gig card, which I don't really use that card because I have a couple 2 gig cards that I carry with me. And that's what I like about Kodaks. They just use standard SD cards. You don't have to use adapters and no goofy ones. It's the most popular card there is. So that's 2 gigs. It'll record quite a bit of video, but it fills up pretty fast. It's amazing how big the videos are. And this is a C340. It's cheap. It probably hasn't been made in years, but it works fine. It's got like 3 times zoom. It does video with sound. So that's what most of the videos are that I'm using. And I can use the rechargeable 1.2 volt batteries, the 2 of them in there, and I just swap them out. They'll recharge or run on my inverter and my work van. Works fine. Actually records quite a bit on each pair of batteries. So this one works fine. It's not real great. It won't zoom while you're recording video, but you could zoom it before you press record. It's weird, but it's got its limitations. But $30 is all I paid for it. So if I drop this down a suicide ladder or whatnot, I'm not going to be that upset. I'll be upset because I always get upset when I lose or break a tool, but it isn't like it's, you know, one of my $200, $300, $400, $500 cameras. So that's what I carry with me for work. Let's check this out. This is how I can. This sucks doing this one-handed. This is usually a pretty easy operation. It's a 4 gig card. You can get bigger cards than that. You have to have card readers that will read HC, the high capacity cards. Some card readers will not read those, so be careful. So I'm just going to slide that down on my boat anchor down here. And press down. The video I just took, which is 23 megabytes. But what I usually do is I have different folders. This is a pretty big computer screen. Temp videos. I have folders within folders. Where do I have my... well, I guess I just drag and drop it here. Close this up. I didn't mean to play that. Alright, so what I do is I usually just throw these into a temporary folder. The thing about Kodak cameras and most cameras is they're somehow in bed with Apple QuickTime products, so guess what format the movies are always in? .mov movies for Apple. So I'm producing one of my videos now. Okay, so what I usually do is you can edit with QuickTime Pro, and but it doesn't have real good graphics or anything you can add to it. But you can chop out, you can highlight areas, edit it, you know, cut it out, whatever. Sometimes I do for the bulk of it, but basically what I use it for export. And clips edit, and this is what am I doing? Pretty much my camera. I'll just give it a name, camera test. And I already have the settings set how I like them, so I'm not going to change it, but it's pretty much uncompressed AVI. And it will export that video file to an AVI format that I can use in my Windows Movie Maker. So my computer, this is a widescreen HDMI monitor, by the way. Just got that. Videos. Where'd I stick them? Oh yeah, my clip stick it. There we go. Camera test. Oop, there it is right there. Just drag that in there. And then you can do whatever you want with it.
Well, I'm producing one of my videos now. Take this time.
So you could go, you know, it's hard to do this one-handed. Bring it in there, edit titles. I have to compress it to just under 100 megabytes. So if I have a movie that's about 9.5 minutes, like the last one I worked on, it'll usually go a little over 100 megabytes, and YouTube won't accept that. So I usually tell it to compress it to about 90, and that usually keeps my quality pretty good. The shorter videos, like the one I'm making right now, will probably be way under that, and I won't have to worry about it. I'll just let it use all its default settings, but I save it to as an MPEG or whatever, and YouTube seems to like it, and it comes out pretty good. From what I start with and what I end up with on YouTube isn't much different, and noticeable quality, so I'm pretty happy with it. So, anyway, oh, almost forgot. Some of my, one more camera, my Palm Treo. I do a lot of videos with this. I have its protective body glove case so you can see it. I use this for video a lot too. Sometimes if I don't have anything else with me. Oops. It's a camera. You can change it to a video. Notice the time remaining is always maxed out at 99 minutes and 59 seconds. That's because there's a 4 gigabyte SDHC card in here also, right in the top, standard size. That's why I like Palm Treos. Very much like I like my Kodaks. Everything's simple. So I could record quite a bit of video, and it's like 640 by 480, but it ain't nothing compared to the quality of one of the Kodaks though, and the sound definitely isn't. Okay. Now I'm back on the Kodak. God, this is hard one-handed. Windows Vista. It's pretty kind about doing stuff like this. So just name the capture you're gonna do. Pretty much use all the settings I already used. Yeah, let me select what parts I want to capture. So there, right there is stuff where. Whoop. There we go. Pretty much right about the end of something they were recording with the baby. There we go. Now it's capturing the video I made. Okay, so pretty much got enough of what I wanted right there, so stop video import. Finish. Yeah, it broke it up into a bunch of little pieces for me, I guess. Scene splitter. So I'm going to go splice all this together, and it's more than 10 minutes, so I'm going to have to edit it down. That's always the thing. 10 minutes and 100 megabytes is the limitations you're working with on YouTube. And sometimes I go a little overboard. I know people could lose their attention span watching YouTube videos that are too long. So sometimes I'm guilty of that myself.